Hi, Jill here again from the Batty Bloomers. I am continuing my videos of what's blooming in September. And I wanted to look up towards the house here and show you the crepe myrtles, which are still blooming. And actually, I'm going to just go over this way because I just noticed that maybe you can't see it very well, but the magnolia still has blooms as well. It's not a typical magnolia because it gets blooms pretty much all summer. It just keeps putting out blooms, which is unusual. But up here in the middle garden, you can see the castor bean plant is really pretty with its red, crazy looking flower things. Up close so you can see it, and the leaves are really pretty too. The red veins in them and the red tones. And here's a knockout rose still going. And this is a, what's it called? A hardy sunflower? I don't think that's the right name, but a false sunflower maybe. That's still got some color. And then my poor lilac looks like it's dying. I don't know what its problem is, but it just keeps, more branches keep looking like this, so that may have to come out, sadly. But here is salvia, still looking beautiful. You can see the black-eyed Susan showing through the leaves, which looks really pretty together. And here we have a type of white catmint. That's still got some pretty blooms on it. And then over here, coreopsis is still going. The moonbeam coreopsis still has some color. And this is that Betsy plant, which I will find out the name and tell you it in one of my videos. But look at it. It's just, this is where I had put it originally, and I've taken pieces of it and put it all over, and it's just gorgeous. I love it. And it's hardy. It's a perennial. So that's a happy thing. And even my blue hydrangea is still blooming, which is really not normal. So we must have had a pretty good summer for some of these things. These are marigolds. I don't see many blooms, but they're really pretty anyway, just with that ferny foliage. And there, once again, I just threw some seeds in. Here, these over here have some blooms. Not many though. It's kind of strange. Looks like they're coming. But they're still really pretty. I'm shocked that I like them. I have never been a marigold fan, but I'm really enjoying them. This is a porcelain vine, which is really pretty. It can be kind of annoying because it comes up everywhere, but it's really unusual because I don't know if you can see there. It gets these turquoise and purple berries. I don't see any purple ones right now. Maybe in here. And they're just gorgeous. They're gorgeous in arrangements for the fall. And I don't know of anything else that gets that color of berry. So, they're really cool. And then we have the zinnias still going, which it makes sense. The annuals definitely are still giving color. That's why I wanted to show you mostly the perennials. That Betsy plant there and black-eyed Susans. But it is always fun to see everything that has the color still in September. That's my chaste tree, one I call a chocolate bush because it smells like chocolate to me. Still going. It really got wonky looking this year though. I don't know why. It's usually a nice shape, but it has a strange shape this year. And then over here in the rose beds, there's still some color going on from the roses. They were pretty like a week ago. Bloomed all over again and looked gorgeous. And then you have the black-eyed Susans going crazy in there, and that petunia that I did not plant going nuts, which looks beautiful. And then we'll come up through here and see what's blooming up here. This is a perennial verbena. Now I'll wait and see if it actually comes back next year. I've had them before and they don't all make it, but it's really pretty. And it's still looking really pretty, which I'm thrilled about. Looks like I forgot to pick up my clippers here. And then we have the portulacas, which are, you know, not perennials, but the sedum is looking beautiful. Look at my cardoon. I'm so thrilled. It's huge. And even some of these salvias are still blooming. These perennial salvias have been blooming pretty much all summer. As same as a, what are these? Dianthus? Which I'm going to get more of those for in here because they really are doers. And they're low growing, which I'm trying to keep low growing things in here. And there's some zinnias back there, some marigolds, seeds, all seeds. I just threw seeds in. And my spiderwort here is really looking nice too. Some areas it looks terrible, but it looks really nice still. It's even got a bloom. And then over here, I have some more perennial sage. Did I say salvia? That's sage. I don't know what I said. And even the yarrow is blooming, the pink yarrow there. This is more spiderwort, looking very nice. And the marigolds, and the black-eyed Susans, and then the zinnias are all looking beautiful. And then, of course, the portulacas down there. And then these Liriope, not sure if I'm saying that right, have pretty blooms right now, which I'm thrilled about. They'll get, I was trying to make sort of like a little hedge along my porch. This is at my porch here. So I was trying to, I did a whole row of on each side, and they should get bigger and fill in and make it, give it a little bit of structure around the edges, which is what I was hoping for. Let's see here. Oh, we have a obedience plant here blooming. That's a late summer perennial, very pretty. Not a whole lot. That's another, that green that has no flowers on it is the same primrose that I had down in the other garden, my secret garden, that were tall yellow that I've never grown before, but these don't seem to be doing the same thing. It's kind of strange. There's a hummingbird. And there's bachelor button still giving some color. Do you want to see the hummingbird? Oh, he's hiding from me. Well, he's right there, but I can't quite get him. And then my herb garden, I was just cleaning this out the other day. I still have a lot. I need to move some of these things that are too tall for here and put them elsewhere, but my thyme still looks okay. Usually by the end of the summer, that doesn't look too great. And then all these basils here, this is a kind of basil. I did not plant those. I don't even know how they got there, but there they are. And they're pretty, so I'm just leaving them. So they're giving some color, some purple color there. And there's a, maybe you can't see it that way, a butterfly bush that I'm going to move because I don't think it's really happy there. It doesn't get enough sun. But it's still blooming. And then over here, these little blue, the name's escaping me. And I know it. It's a plumbago of some sort. Ground cover plumbago, and it's hardy. And they come out late like this, and they're just so pretty. It's so nice to have that color at the end of the season when so many other things are done. And then there behind there is, oh, I don't know, I'm not sure what that is. It's an herb, but I don't know what. A little white daisy looking thing. And then here's more of that Betsy plant. Once again, I just stuck some more pieces in. I hope you can see it very well here. It's that pretty purpley lavender color. Down there some more. And then here's a foxglove that I moved from down at my shed because it seeded itself all over down there, and I moved some to see how they would do, and it's blooming, so I'm thrilled about that. So I'll go over here towards the big pond and see what's blooming in September over here. Of course, we have the impatiens that I started all of these white impatiens just from cuttings, and I'm so thrilled. They look so pretty. They're like glowing. I'm definitely doing that again. Back down here, we have the Tortuga, this is called. It's really pretty. That just started blooming a week or so ago, maybe a couple weeks ago. And it's really pretty. Of course, my quaking grass here is so pretty. Even though it's not a lot of color, I just love the texture of it. And then here, this hosta. This is a fire mountain, maybe? Fire something. Is blooming. It's really pretty. I love that deep purple of those flowers. And then this here, this giant crazy thing is a Japanese anemone. And it's a late bloomer. It's a perennial. And it is, I don't even know if I can show you. Originally, this plant was in these rocks. Probably can't see it, but there's a rock ring around here, and it was just inside there, fit in there very nicely. And now, if you look, there are babies everywhere, which I love because I can dig them up and move them other places. But this has beautiful flowers, gorgeous. These are like a light lavender, and even the buds are just so pretty. So that's a late bloomer that I had never heard of till last year, and I'm just thrilled with it. I love it. And look, here's another snowball bush with a new bloom. It's really unusual. A lot of times those are all brown and ugly, and there's nothing new going on with them. They must have had enough rain this year, but they're really happy. And then over here, I have another sedum, which are a great late flowering perennial, and they're so pretty. I can't believe I didn't used to like them because they're gorgeous. And that's a euphorbia there, and that's looking really pretty, just the foliage. That's really filling out. And then up there we have some black-eyed Susans. Petunia I did not plant. And this elephant ear, this crazy elephant ear, which was just the one I stuck in that was a teeny little piece and just has gone insane. I love it. Huge, huge leaves. I don't know if you can get the picture of how big those leaves are. And then over here we have an aster. This is an annual aster that I just threw. I threw lots of the seeds in of those, but I don't see a whole lot of them coming up. But this one is, and it looks beautiful. I love asters. I'm not a mum fan. Maybe I'll become one, but I'm not yet. And here's another little foxglove. I'm so excited. Blooming from, I transplanted it from down at my shed too. And then the cannas are still going beautifully. And then over here, this is hyssop. Still has some color even though it's not really blooming anymore. And this is a beauty berry. It's just starting to turn its pretty purple color, if you can see that. And this is more of the Betsy. And the strange thing is I had that one plant that I just moved pieces of it around. Somehow there's white, which is great. I love it, but I don't know how, because I only had the one purple plant. So don't ask me, but I'll take it. And then the Joe Pye weed here, which is full of aphids. Ew. Wow, look at all those aphids. That's awful. But it doesn't look like it's affecting it at this point. It's starting to bloom. They haven't actually opened yet, but they're getting there. And there's a little froggy sitting by the pond. So there's not a whole lot of color over here, and there are some weeds. I gotta get over here and weed. This is the pond here, though. And there is some color up here. We've got the cleomes still blooming. And then back behind there's more of that Betsy plant. In the middle there is that Liriope. Look how big and beautiful that one is. I'm pleased with that. Can you see it? And then this pond plant here, I can't remember the name of it right now, is looking pretty too, with its purple blooms. And then over here, There's some forget-me-nots that I had forgotten I threw seeds in. And then these plants came up. I'm like, what are these? And then I saw the little flowers, and I was so thrilled. Because I've never grown forget-me-nots, really. I think that's a weed, though. Anyway. And there's some obedient plant blooming. Looks really pretty, actually, with those euphorbia leaves. And coneflower. There's some coneflower still going. I really need to weed over here. A little bit of the pink going there. And this is more of the obedience plant, and then the St. John's wort is beautiful with its red berries there. And some phlox is still going here too. And then the butterfly bush still has some color. It's turning a lot brown, but there's still some purple on there. Another cleone. And here's another Japanese anemone. Isn't it beautiful? The bottom of it's way down there, and they shoot way up like that. It's so pretty. And if you pick one and put it in water in a vase, it lasts and lasts. It's really pretty. And then here is, I'm not sure what this is. I thought it was a milkweed, but my sister and I don't think that's what it is. It looks more like an aster of some sort. But it was huge, and there were stalks going up here where this anemone is. They were coming up really tall. And there were like probably 4 or 5 stalks. And then we had storms, and they would blow over, and I'd try to put them back up, and they'd break off. So this is the only remaining stalk. And oh, the color is just gorgeous with the leaves. It's absolutely beautiful. And then down here, we have another Japanese anemone, staying real small, this one. I don't know the varieties. I could look. The one I got from a friend, but look how it's mingling with that Betsy plant. It looks so pretty. I don't know if you can see it right with the camera, but it's gorgeous. Really gorgeous. So they're a great Japanese anemone, great late season color. I will get the name of this purple, the proper name of this. I think maybe HARDY AGERATum or something like that. I don't know. I'll find out. But so that's mostly the color that's in my garden right now in September. Some knockout roses still going, and the black-eyed Susans. I don't think my monk's hood's open yet. It's one of the last things to open. No, it's not open yet. There's a salvia back here though. Looks like the coneflowers are mostly done. But even my Annabelle back there is still pretty with its green heads. And this goldenrod will be opening soon. So that'll be more color. It's not the wild, I think it's called Soldago. It's not the wild stuff, because that would go everywhere. And the August lilies. Yeah, I gotta show you those. These came from my mom. That's what she calls them. I don't know if there's another name. They're obviously some kind of a hosta. But look at these flowers and the smell. Oh, the smell's amazing. It's like a lily. And they're really pretty right now too. So I hope you've enjoyed this video and maybe got some ideas for stuff you could put in your garden for late season color. And thanks for watching.